Hey guys, what's up? It's Sean, Autotopia LA, and we are back up at Steve Strope's Pure Vision Design today. I say this every time we come up here to shoot one of his cars, but this is one of my favorite cars they've ever done. We're getting to shoot the 1957 Ranch Wagon that was inspired by the shooting brakes of the 50s and 60s seen in Europe. So I say we go on inside, say hi to Steve, and dig in. You ready for this? Hold on, man. Here we go. If you hadn't figured it out yet, you guys, we're back with Steve Strope.
I'm smiling because I'm happy.
We're gonna do a walkthrough of his 57 Ranch Wagon.
57 Ranch Wagon thingy. Yes.
Thing. Yeah.
There it is, right there.
So let's go number one, because I always love your what ifs. So there's a reason why the car turned out the way it did.
Yes, we wanted to see if you could cut up a 57 wagon 6,000 ways and then nobody know that you did it.
Exactly, right?
So we're back in 57 and there's a well-heeled executive at Ford and he goes overseas because Ford has tons going on in England.
Right.
Tons.
Absolutely.
And he hangs out with the like income people, other Ford execs per se, or their friends are having a party.
A little bit of royalty.
Right? And these guys have got these cool thing called shooting brakes.
Yep.
Right?
They're awesome.
Which are, a lot of them are a coupe modified to be a station
Sure,
wagon.
like the Astons and,
and Ferraris. There's a whole bunch that have been done.
Sure.
And they also call wagon shooting brakes for, I guess, hunting.
Yeah.
Maybe they should take a break from shooting. I don't know. Whatever. So anyway, they're used around the estate.
Yeah.
Right? Yep. They're a wagon.
Yep.
So our executive flies home and goes, man, we've already got a two-door wagon. Why don't I just have some changes done to make it special and a little cooler? So we're gonna start up in the front.
Let's do it.
We're gonna work our way around. And we'll see some other body and modifications later when we open the doors to look at the interior, when we open the hood, when we open the clamshell in the back. So starting up here, get out your notepads, kids, okay? Here we go. In no particular order of importance, the hood scoop on the car is not 1957 wagon. This here, 59 Ford T-Bird. So 59 T-Bird, 57 wagon. T-Bird, wagon, right? Okay, there's one. Two, there was a bolt-on pot metal piece here that is gone, and it's now all made out of metal. This peak used to stop back here, it now goes to the top. These headlights used to stick out like Marty Friedman, you know, the guy with the bug eyes.
Totally.
These are back probably 2-3 inches. So working down, the grill is made from two grills. Right here used to be a big rectangle turn signal.
See that?
When you're driving, everybody can see it clear as day.
Wow,
like,
Steve.
Yeah, isn't it cool? They're totally hidden.
That's another one I didn't know about on this car.
So here in the fender, nothing's going on. Nothing to see here. There's not stock. Here at the door, we're stock. We get to about here and nothing is stock. Right here used to be a big rectangle filler and it went straight up. So this door pillar used to go straight down. Okay, so this door stopped here. We've added almost 6 inches. This line right here used to be right there, and it went straight up to that corner. This pillar being straight was the only straight pillar on the car. Get rid of that rectangle filler, lengthen the door, angle this pillar post, right? Mm-hmm. And that is giant amount of work. That means this whole structure got moved back.
Yeah.
And reinvented.
Like 6 inches to make
every one of these little, yeah, about 5 3/4.
Yeah.
And then this all got re-engineered because it got lengthened. When this gets lengthened, everything gets lengthened. This trim gets lengthened. Those sill plates are 2 sill plates. These sill plates, just to talk realistic, not to blow you out of the water, there's probably $6,000 to $8,000 in time and labor to make them look like that.
Unbelievable.
It's time. It's not, you know, oh, you're paying a lot because it's at our shop.
it's the hours
a ridiculous
that it takes
amount of
to
hours
create that.
to make that look right. So
same with like you're saying with the trim, because this all has to be extended. So this is all handmade trim.
Yeah, and this I had to have made by the reproduction company because their pieces are this long.
Right.
So this fin stock used to not be this high, and it disappeared to nothing about right here. This fin, this recess, this handle, and this lock, in other words, everything inside the circle I'm drawing, that is 57 T-bird grafted onto here. Then this fin is raised to match that fin. And again, that's Joey and his greatness.
Jeez.
Now that that's done, Rick has to lengthen the trim. And we didn't like this. It was actually about 3 inches lower. It looked like fender skirts. So this got pulled up. Since that got pulled up, this distance changed. So this trim had to be relocated to look right in between here and here. Dude. Right? So this all looks stone stock, and not a single thing is.
Yeah,
to a point.
So from here back, none of it's stock.
No, and this isn't. This is, but its angle and where it wound up is different. So going back here, you've got, again, there was a bolt-on pot metal piece. That's gone. This is all made out of metal. Again, Joey. Mm-hmm. These, Steve Stanford genius move. These are 61 Ford Starliner.
Starliner, yep.
So the rear bumper is this section's rear bumper in multiple pieces, and then here around are pieces from an extra front bumper, because the rear bumper was just horrible, and we liked how the curve was for the front, and those are multiple pieces from the front bumper. This lock was down here, and here was this big rectangle bulky handle to unlatch this and this. So we moved the lock up. This is, when you turn the key, it now hits an electric solenoid and unlocks everything. And this is from the trunk of a 57 Ford, I think it's the Fairlane, if I remember. It's the coupe, one of the cars. And then we had the lettering made inside of there saying Ranch Wagon.
He's got to check this out. I mean, when the car is being shown and he doesn't want the bumper to look screwed by a license plate, they created this.
So this, hit the second time, clamshell goes up.
Jeez.
And this goes down. This big mat, and on the floor mats, they're cocoa mats. They were really big with the Porsche and Volkswagen guys.
Yep.
And they're indestructible. Feel how heavy it is. Now just try to lift that mat.
Yeah. And then this is storage under here?
Yeah. And it's heavy because that mat's on top of it.
I get it. Because you need to be able to put your gun there, and
well, there will be match set up, a match
luggage and stuff.
We will. That's planned to be in here.
Really?
Yeah. Some wheels. Billet Specialties made them for Bob. They're the original design Stanford did, and the centers are actually hubcaps. If the chrome bullet in the center, they're spring loaded. You push on them, they unlock, and then the hubcap comes off. So there's actual lug nuts behind it. You can get the tire off. Stanford designed them and patterned them after the 57 Ford hubcap.
Got it.
This is the first time I've co-designed with Eric Brockmeyer as the interior of this car. And everybody in my crew is involved here in some way.
Yeah.
So obviously all the beautiful you're looking at, the material is all Gabe's.
Right.
Eric and I worked on the design of the interior. I am the most proud of these door panels. Subwoofer rests inside of the quarter panel on rubber mounted mounts, so it'll never rattle. And under this rear seat is the amps, and they talk Bluetooth to that. Yeah. And we wanted to make it modular and flexible, because there's nothing worse than having the state-of-the-art deck, and 2 years later it's an antique, especially the way that technology's rolling. Better believe it. So we thought an iPad mini would be great. So inside this car is a satellite Wi-Fi hotspot. So Pete engineered all of that, and this is held on by earth magnets. So you can take this off. It's just being charged, right? But we thought this was a tasteful way to have the technology. Every single piece of trim in here is handmade. This dash is completely changed from factory, even though it looks stock. All these raises around the outlet louvers are made, and then these are vintage air controls: fan speed, defrost, vent floor, hot to AC cold. Yeah. I mean, on and on. Like the factory dome light, we put another one all the way in the back because there wasn't enough light back there. So we just got another one, made a mount and put it back there.
Right.
But it's Ford, it looks right.
When you start this thing, they kind of do a
the
little dance for you.
Right there. They go and reset.
That is just so damn cool, man. There's always something with the gauge cluster where I'm like, what did we do this time?
Yeah, I'm really happy how this came out.
All right, let's go look at the motor.
So this is a John Kazi Boss 9, 521 inch Boss 429. I needed a texture on these valve covers, and we had them, you know, like mediated, tumbled, and it just didn't give us what I want.
Yeah.
So Kelly mixed up a batch of JB Weld and then takes the big giant plastic prickly roller you get for rolling on truck bed liners.
Right, sure.
And dunked it in the JB Weld and rolled it on these valve covers. That's why you have this weird
textured look.
Yeah. It's rolled on epoxy. That overflow tank is like from big blocks, it's from like AC Cobras. It's actually wasn't an overflow tank in the Cobra. We made it an overflow tank for the radiator, but it's very Ford. The Ford guys recognize that instantly.
Right.
It's got a 485 LE and a gear vendors. So once you get up to, I think we have it set for about 80 miles an hour, the gear vendors turns on in double overdrives. So you're just at 85 miles an hour, this thing's just coasting, cruising.
What's the suspension?
Well, it started life as an Art Morrison frame made for the car, but it had to get altered more. So we got together with Mike Meyer, and we've got one of his torque arm, which is kind of the stuff like you would have in your IROC Z. It's a long torque, or in a Grand National. Long torque arm, 2 lower links at the rear axle housing, and then a panhard bar, and then coilovers.
Got it.
So it saved us room, and it made the car very stable. That long torque arm is great for stability, which works great on this long wheelbase wagon.
Beautiful.
It's a cool car for a super nice guy. I can just keep squeezing.
My God, just keeps coming.
Keep coming, and keep coming, and keep coming, and keep
There's still another gear, isn't there?
Yeah, and there's still more motor. I wasn't doing anything.
No, I could tell, yeah. It's a 521 Boss motor, right?
Yeah, it's like 700 some horse. Dude, this thing is so nice.
It is. I'm surprised it's so relaxing. Yeah, boy, does this thing ride nicely.
It just keeps, now the overdrive just kicked on.
I felt it.
It's got double over. It's a 485 LE, that's a 4-speed, and then a gear vendor's overdrive in that. So at 90 miles an hour, you're like 3,000, 2,500.
Wow,
it's just, it's made to go
right,
no matter what you're doing.
So it's technically, it's like having a 5-speed.
Yeah, 5-speed automatic.
What a pretty ride, man.
Oh yeah, this thing's just super nice.
Boy, that's a lot of headliner, isn't it?
Yeah, about three football fields.
Dude, thing's gigantic.
This seat's just a couch.
It really is, but it's not like we're not bouncing in it. It's not squishy that my back would get uncomfortable, you know, but it is. It's like a really high-end, nice couch. You have so many your choices, dude. That's like for me always with artistry is you're constantly making choices, and one that's off might not kill the car. 3 or 4 that are off, like with a song, you know what I mean? You make a few bad choices writing a song, you got a shit song. All right, man, that's it for our shoot with Strope at Pure Vision and that badass ranch wagon. I have a ballpark idea of the dollar amount, and I'm not even gonna mention it because I know it'll make Steve uncomfortable, and even worse, Bob, the owner of the car. But I can tell you this much. That car is like house money, nice house money. It's that kind of a car. Anyhow, you guys, that's it for today's shoot, man. I hope you had fun in this one. Always a blast to come hang with Steve and listen to the mad scientist describe what it is that they did to their cars. And that's it, man. Thanks for hanging and watching, and I will see you in the next episode. All right, later, man.